What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Revolution, where we dig deep into the Marvel Mall and see what's worth your money and what's not worth your money. First up, there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of specifically for this update. Is that they basically, inside the normal items, basically the battle challenge weekly season rewards, they sent those items. So essentially the 3 to 5 star core boxes and 10 core booster essences, what I've gotten from placing in the top 100 or like level 96. And then we've got our maintenance compensation reward, which was a 6-star stat selection box change. So you get to basically choose which one of those items that you want from this box. So that's pretty good. And then the Alliance Raid participation event rewards were also sent. So it's a summoning ticket. And then the Omega Season Pass previous had a banner compensation, so they essentially are sending everyone who purchased, I think, the premium pass season, the Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange 2 uniforms. So that's good. I'll claim that on my Scarlet Witch character, so that I wouldn't have to worry about switching those over. So let's take a look at the mall and see what we've got inside here. So as I said in a previous video, I think one of the really good things about this this particular mall update is that immediately upon looking at things, nothing here literally makes you want to just vomit and throw up and like walk away from the game, because I've said previously, having a $44 purchase, $50 purchase immediately hits you when you're introduced to a mall shop for a mobile game is going to lead people away from the game immediately. So we get an escalation in price here instead of what we've seen previously, and we see a 99-cent, for instance, pack inside here that has crystals, and Master Archer's token boxes. Now, I want to point this out that, the boxes they contain items inside here. More than likely, you're going to end up with the 52 Master Archer tokens inside here. But this gives you an evaluation of what your dollar is actually worth. So it's a good idea because it basically shows you what the exchange rates are for the game. I made this point a number of times, and I'm going to make this point right up in the front of this video. If you were to go take a vacation, if you were to go on holiday somewhere, and you were to say like, hey, I'm going from the UK to the US, you would look at what the exchange rates are for what your dollar is worth. If I was going to leave from the US to go to Bali or Mexico, for instance, I'm looking at what my exchange rate is on my dollar to see what my dollar is going to be actually worth, so that way I know how much money I'm going over there with, how much time I'm able to be spending over there, how much are hotels and places like this going to cost me. It's an evaluation on what it is that I could actually get for my dollar and what my dollar is worth. I hate to jump into a video game and look at and automatically know that my dollar is worth less than what the currency of in-game is, especially a game that, especially when games are volatile. Mobile games, for instance, we already seen previous games like Marvel Realm of Champions close within 2 years. We don't know whether this game is going to exist for more time than that. So this would be like looking at saying, hey, I'm going to invest in this and it's going to close down in a year because it's not successful. Nobody wants to do that. So my dollar is worth less than the in-game currency. It makes no sense. So we really need to get away from this, because essentially this is what's establishing the going rates for games. Like when we look at Diablo Immortal, which is receiving a ton of backlash for microtransactions inside of that game, where people are looking at to get a fully geared character in that game, we're talking about 110,000. Well, it kind of makes sense when everybody's jumping and riding the cock of these freaking games, where they're just spinning out money, and people are seeing that, at the very least they can create cash grab games, because we've got enough whales in the Western society that are literally like, hey, I'm willing to spend 20,000 on a game in a month, and you literally end up with that. People are going to say, people like Shroud, who are going to be like, yeah, I like games that are pay to win, and I'm willing to pay those, and I hate games that are capping me on that. Well, essentially what you're doing is you're ruining the gaming atmosphere for everyone else, because you're allowing and incentivizing these developers to create cash grab scenarios where they literally purchase into a game or create and develop a game and literally are just doing it so that way they can get your cash right off the way. The easiest way to solve that is essentially understanding the fact that this is a game, gaming is a community-based event. Even if you're just solo playing, it's a community-based event. What we all drive in this market is what we're going to get back. So if you have a person like Shroud being supported by his followers such in a way that he can then generate and spend money to put in pay to win scenarios so that way he can beat your ass. Think about the stupidity of that. You're giving him money so he can beat your ass. It doesn't make sense. It's why I hate hearing stupid stuff like that. At some point, people reach levels where they don't really consider the thoughts that they're saying, and you're like, oh, really? You prefer pay to win scenarios? So it's weird. I'm going to pay you and invest in your YouTube, channel, invest in your, Twitch channel, so that way you can then spend that money in a pay to win scenario that allows you to overcome me, so we can't play on equal footings, so I can watch you basically beat my ass because of the money I gave you. It makes no fucking sense to me. But some people actually think like this, and this is the reason why I hate pay to win gaming. I don't mind subscription based gaming, but pay to win scenarios really, really suck. So here we are with this, where we basically get to understand that, 99 cents is our dollar is worth 60 cents in game currency. I would love to see the day where this is basically returned to my dollar is equal to 100 crystals, and 100 crystals is what the going rate is, right? So we've got the Kate Bishop Omega Wheel Bundle. So basically, you've got these Master Archers token boxes, right? And those Master Archer token boxes are going to give you these seals, right? Or these tokens, these Archers tokens. And you use that in the Master Archer event where you're able to spin. So when I look at this one overall, I would say that this is actually a good deal, because for $9, I'm going to get 1,100 crystals. So that's the worth of of my dollar right there, right? 9 to 11. So my dollar is worth a little bit more than the in-game currency in this fact, because they give me the free bonus crystals. So it's 1,100 crystals. So basically the 10 companion shards that I'm getting are for the free, and they're actually added bonus. And then the Master's Archer token box right here is also added bonus, right? And most likely you're going to end up with the 50 for those Master Archer token bonus. So I'm getting 100 Master Archer tokens basically from this. So both of these items are basically added bonus. They're added value for the $9 that I've spent into the game. So this is actually a good one. I probably suggest everyone pick these up. Whether you want to pick up 5 of them, at $45 is completely up to you. But it's a good value for what your dollar is. Next up, we have the costume card upgrade bundle pack inside here for $26.99. So we can see the drop off now right here, right? Because it's for $27, I'm getting 1,650 crystals. So essentially the evaluation of my $26.99 is a lot less lower. And what you're mirroring that up with is whether or not these items are adding the additional value. So for instance, the 6-star stat change selection box, whether you choose a costume change box or a Omega stat change card box, the value of that is going to be completely on you, depending. Now, I remember when we were doing this before, the evaluation of changing the stats and the RNG nature of it doesn't make it so that it's rewarding, meaning that, for instance, if I am changing the stats overall, but I have like one stat that's good, one stat that's bad, and then I change it and I could end up with 2 stats that kind of put me back in the game, it really doesn't help me out. The same thing applies for the Omega card, where it's almost just worth it for you to just go get another Omega card or get another costume, especially in this game, because now they're making this pivot move towards squad-based play. So having the investment on a 6-star costume stat change module or Omega stat change doesn't really make sense, because if I don't want that stat that card, I can just simply put it on another character and just deal with that, and increase the overall value of the account on a whole. It just doesn't make sense to me to have the stat change boxes. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that are like, I'm so excited, to deal with the RNG chance, because that's what this is. It just represents an RNG chance. And RNG, in my opinion, has no innate value in the game, right? Because I can't ascribe a value because I don't know what I'm going to ultimately get. So the mysterious costume box is going to guarantee you a 4-star special costume or a 4-star region costume. This is where I think the value starts to come in play, because while it's saying to you, it's not a selection box, it is saying to you that you're going to either get a special costume or a 4-star region costume, and it removes all the rare costumes from the set. So you know you're going to at least get one of these, and that gives you a base value for the mysterious costume box. The same somewhat for the mysterious Omega card box, but not as much, because the 5-star special Omega card is really good. That's what you're ultimately going for. But in terms of your rare costumes or your rare Omega cards being here, nobody wants these. Nobody's using these. There are other multitudes of ways to obtain these. So the Omega card box has an innately lesser value. The reason why this doesn't is because in order to acquire as many special costumes as possible, in order to nano fuse an item, there's a value that's there. The 4-star region costumes, right, have an innate value to them because as a player, it's a lot easier for me to obtain 4-star region costumes from in-game events, things like that, crafting and stuff like that, that I can then work towards nano fusing that a lot easier, which would make my 6-star nano fuse region costume piece better than my 4-star non-nano fuse costume piece, essentially, right? That's basically how you're looking at it. So this one I'm not so keen on, but then we roll over. We've got the core booster upgrade bundle. We looked at this, right, in terms of, hey, I told you guys that this was going to be monetized at some point, and here it is, because essentially we are in the same boat with the $27 purchase that gives you 1,650 crystals, and then you're therefore looking at the value coming from these items. So they're trying to now give you a value on the additional item that they've added to the game in core booster essence and unrefined cores. Now let me make this perfectly clear. I don't have anything innately against this the items being added. I have something against the fact that the way that this could have been fixed was a lot simpler than monetizing it. It was a direct correlation of just increasing the probability rates for combination instead of adding something into the game that I had to then purchase in order to improve those probabilities. Even worse is that what you put in the game for me to purchase doesn't even guarantee me a great chance at the probability rate. We have core booster essence at 20. Well, you know you need 30 of these to just increase the bonus chance by 0.5%. 0.5%. That's not a lot. So when I look at just getting these, what you're giving me here doesn't even give me enough to get to that 1.5% chance. I then have to go and get that from somewhere else. We have to take a look more at these unrefined cores, but yeah, that's essentially what I'm looking at there, right? Then we've got the Invasion starter bundles. This one's $3.99, so $4 for, you're getting 245 crystals, and then you're getting the 2 battle badge alloys. The battle badge alloys obviously have an innate value to them because of the fact that we know they're needed in the crafting of a guaranteed item, regardless of whether or not that item has an RNG layer to it. You're going to get an item for it, so it has an innate value, along with the ancient reward tickets, the ancient invader reward tickets, so you can run 5 more of those. This is probably worth it for most players to purchase just to get those. Mostly you're purchasing this for the battle badge alloys. So if you don't need the battle badge alloys, or you're not exactly enthused by the by playing the invasion event over and over, then there's no real reason for you to do this. Then we get over here to the master bundle, which is going to include some more crystals, and then the battle badge alloys sort of drop off for some odd reason as they award you crow seal boxes along with the reward tickets. I wish that the battle badge alloys had increased, because this convergium adds no value to the game in my opinion whatsoever. This doesn't add anything to this bundle, so this is a miss right here completely. The crow seal boxes and the reward tickets obviously added out value, but I wish that this wasn't decreased from the additional $3.99 over here. We get the Kate Bishop companion summon box, and this is where we first see that $44.99. I don't like this bundle at all because we essentially only get a 1-star Kate Bishop. This is a companion for $44.99. That's all we're guaranteed inside this box, right? Is that we get a 1-star 10 shard Kate Bishop for $50. You could literally go purchase a whole new game at this price. This is literally saying, I want you to pay for a companion that's a small aspect of this game, and you're only going to get 10 shards, so you're not even getting the character at a fully usable, the companion at a fully usable state for $50. Now you can even still get in here and you get the 2-star special companion selection of any kind, but that only guarantees you 20 some shards addition. So that's not enough still to have a usable Kate Bishop. You are guaranteed nothing by the companion summon ticket. You're guaranteed nothing by the Omega companion shards. So this value of $50 is asinine. I don't like these boxes. $50, you should be guaranteeing that I get a 3-star Kate Bishop that's at the very least usable, and then everything else in between. $50 is the price of a whole fucking game. I could literally go play BDO for $50. I can play Final Fantasy for $50. Xbox is about to put, you know, their games on the web portals for you to be using on your play on your Android phones. You can play Fortnite for $50 and get more than what they're offering inside this mobile game territory. So then we come over here, we get the weekly costume upgrade bundle that they have for the free-to-play community for 2,000 crystals. This basically includes a 6-star costume stat change module and then a mysterious costume box that's going to get you a 4-star special costume or 4-star region costume. Realistically, not knowing what you're getting is going to decrease the value, but knowing that you're going to get something that you can re-roll kind of gives you a value there. It's something to work towards. It's weekly per squad. We have the same thing for the Omega card upgrade bundle. And then we have the core upgrade bundle where we're getting 30 core booster essences and a mysterious core box. So this is only guaranteeing you a 0.5% increase in terms of the probability chance. That's nothing. That's terrible. So it's literally saying instead of having a 10% probability chance, you're going to have a 10.5% prob. That is nothing. That is absolutely dog water dog shit. Like, so yeah. The rest of these are very familiar to us as we move across the lines here. They're not very much in terms of what we, you know, they're nothing different than what we've expected. So there's no point in pointing these out. You know, purchase these at your discretion if that's something that you want. But really, realistically, yeah, stay away from that stuff, really, in my opinion. We do have a interesting event in terms of having a costume festival event. So there's a 5-star costume festival that's going on. Now, the bad part about this is this 5-star costume festival, you don't know what you're necessarily getting. It's just that there's a guarantee almost that you're going to get a 5-star costume. Like, I mean, you know, it's weird to say that, but because you're like, yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, you have a chance of getting your 5-star costume is a chance of getting it up, but if you roll and you win, you're more than likely going to get a 5-star costume, and it will be a special costume or a region costume. It's not including any of your rares. But the bad part about it is that those rare costumes at 4-star are available for you there to just receive. So for instance, I'm gonna just do this because I really don't care at this point for what I'm spending these crystals on. But if I roll this inside here, yay, baby Groot is over there in the back, right? So as I roll this event inside here, we don't see baby Groot. There we go. Baby Groot's again there. So more than likely we're going to end up with a 5-star costume here, right? Because baby Groot is appearing in all of this. So we know that I'm at least guaranteed a 5-star costume. Whether that is going to be a costume that is usable for me is a, you know, entirely different thing altogether. But there we can see my 5-star costume that I get, a bunch of 3-star fodder inside here, but then boom, we get a 5-star costume piece. Eyes of the Osiris glove set, not particularly a good costume set for Doctor Strange, because Eye of Agamotto and Touch of Ashanti's class skills, you guys all know what that's about. But it is a 5-star piece that was pretty much, it's not guaranteed because I could have just got the 3 and 4 stars. But if you do roll and your roll is successful, you will get a 5-star piece. So that's something that's good. It is what it is. Invest in that as you see fit. We also have the Omega Card Set Festival as well. So basically in this festival, you have an increased chance of getting, you know, 5-star Omega cards and, you know, things like that. I don't necessarily think that this set festival is really, really good. Like, Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily invest in this one right away. Like, I have no intention on investing in this one, to be perfectly honest. I really don't. I have a number of costumes, Witcher calls, but I've been saving those in case we get Thor rolls out for, Thor Love and Thunder. I doubt it. We also have the Companion Omega Festival as well. So Kate Bishop's available to you for a draw. I don't necessarily think that Kate Bishop is reflective of a character that I would really draw on. Her effect, decreasing the movement speed and defense is nice. It might work against some characters like Spider-Man, Black Widow or something like that. But I don't see this as an impactful effect that I would pull on. But, that's not saying that you shouldn't pull on. If you have Dimension Box tickets, and if you haven't realize at this point, you should be saving your Dimension Box tickets up for these events when they go on, because they're going to net you probably the best rewards when you are doing Dimension pulls, because you have the added chances of being able to equip or acquire some of the battle badges and the alloys, along with additional chances and seals. Okay, so make sure that you're at least paying attention to those and saving up those for those. All right. There's not a lot left inside here. We do have the June daily draw perks, which is a nice addition, because for 10 days, you're basically going to get the ability to basically pull 1,800 crystals. So basically, it's a good value because it's $4 for an $1,800 crystal value plus the additional 245 crystals. So about a 2,000 crystal value in terms of getting additional pulls. Now, how you choose to select those 10 calls will change whether or not you get a 10 pull on something, but it is there. So it's one of those things. I don't necessarily like this Ancient Invader Epic Invasion kit where, the reason why I don't like this is because I don't want to be pulling at this event too much. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't want to play this event any more than I necessarily have to. It does include a 3-star Eternals Companion for Icarus, Gilgamesh, Dina, Cersei. So if you get like Gilgamesh and Icarus, then that's really good. Dina is actually usable in the Alliance raids, so that's not bad either. I'm not saying this is a bad purchase for free-to-play players, especially since it includes a 6-star Ancient Invader badge and a 3-star character, along with additional chances to run the event and seals. So it's not a bad event. I want to make that clear. It's not a bad event. It's just, I don't want to play it, but where I am in my account, I don't want to play Ancient Invader multiple times, and I'm not really that interested in acquiring more Eternal Companions, because I don't really use the Eternal Companions that I have now. I pretty much am exclusive to Baron Mordo and Hulk. So that's what it is for me, but this is where you have to make the judgment call about what is available to you. And then we have the remainder of these perks over here. So nothing was really, I think, in the bundles that was worth purchasing in my opinion. But let's take a look back at them again. It was the Masters Archers bundle, which we already saw that was in the previous one, and then the Kate Bishop and Omega Will bundle. The Kate Bishop Omega Will bundle was the one to purchase. Leave alone the Master Archer bundle. We also had some of the other ones that we talked about, but yeah, leave them alone. Probably most likely really don't need them overall in the grand scheme of things. So tokens, did we have a special token shop? No, we did. Did we? No, we didn't. I don't think we had anything updated for the special companion token, except for the fact that Kate Bishop is now inside the shop for 500 Omega points. You can purchase a 3-star Kate Bishop. Not worth it in my opinion, but that's just me. And you can still purchase 6-star core boxes inside here for 1,000. I did this one time and I pissed myself off because I got a yellow yellow 6-star core. Not my best moment. But that's the Omega shop in a nutshell, guys. Let me know what you guys think about it. Are you happy with the rewards that are currently going, or do you wish they were better? They've done better, but I would like to see them move more towards a better mall system overall. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.